Where does the painted face matrix system come from? It comes from the fact that they don't want to see their sin. They don't want to see their wretchedness. They don't want to see their bankruptness. They think they actually worship themselves. They don't want to see their weakness, their ignorance. It goes back to the Gentile nations. Just worship themselves. They worship Mother Earth. They worship the sun, the moon. They don't trust God. They trust themselves. But you saw what happened to Israel and Judah. They ran under every green tree playing the spiritual harlot against God, you know. They don't see how evil they were. I knew somebody, she would get upset if somebody blew her nose. She thought that was just nasty and awful, but she didn't see her sleeping with all these different men as a bad thing, as nasty and awful. She just saw somebody blow their nose. She just cringed over that, but she couldn't see her own stuff. You know. The menstrual cloth itself in the Bible makes it clear that the painted face system is ridiculous. It's a painted face system. Can you hear what I'm saying? Can anybody hear me? It's a facade. The government, the school system, the medical system, it's all painted face to get you to believe a lie, to gaslight you, to draw you in, to make you a slave, a battery for somebody else. It's totally painted face. Where do you think the system comes from? It's a painted face system. The Bible talks about she wears her anklet bracelets and all that stuff, and she uses the word tingling or something, and it talks about the evil man moves his hands in a certain way to try to draw attention. So she's wearing all this jewelry. Wearing all this jewelry to dress up the clay, the dirt. It's clay. Trying to paint the clay, and it's cartoon. It's all cartoon. Paint the clay, paint the flesh, when it's all cartoonish. And that's where the whole system is cartoonish. Hollywood is cartoonish. The banking system, the debt money system is cartoonish. It's a cartoon system. And if you put any confidence in the flesh, you are cartoonish. If you put any confidence in any person, you are cartoonish. I think the reason people get married early to the wrong one is because they don't really understand it's all cartoonish and it's about their character. It has nothing to do with their outward show, it's their character. What kind of character they got? Are they just cartoon creatures? Because I know one, she says, well, I don't care. I don't care what happens. My mom will always pay my bills. I mean, that's cartoon land. That's the kind of person whose character I don't want to be associated with. She don't care how she affects others because her mom will pay her bills. You talk about cartoons. It's a cartoon world. These are cartoon creatures who don't know they're poor, they're broke, they're blind, they're deaf, they're dumb, they're weak, they're poor, they're sinners, they're hellbound, they don't even know it. And so they take for granted the blessings of other people sacrificing, and they're just floating because of somebody else's sacrifice. They have no skin in the game, and they're not ever going to have any skin in the game, and they're always going to be perpetual complainers, and they're always going to be perpetual victims, and it's all somebody else's fault because they are afraid to look in the mirror, because when they look in the mirror, they'll see how bankrupt and how corrupt they really are. And when somebody sneezes or blow their nose and they think that's bad, then they'll start to see by them running the streets and abandoning their husbands and playing the harlot, then maybe they'll wake up to see how wicked and evil they are. But until then, they blame everybody else, and they can't see their sin. They can't see their wicked flesh, vile, puke flesh, clay body. I've talked about this many times. If you don't take a shower, your feet stink. If you don't brush your teeth, your breath stinks. You know, you have to wash your hair every day. I mean, come on, people. It's obvious. Look around you. Look at the dirt. Look at the corrosion. Look at the rust. Look at the decay. Look at the dust in your house. That's from sin. Look out at Mother Earth and look how violent it can be. Look at the destruction. Look at the ocean. Look at the cold and the hot. You go out in the cold, you could die. Go out in the heat, you could die. Go out in the ocean, you could die. Tree could fall on you. When you look out at Mother Earth, the creation groans for the sons of God to appear. Why? Because as long as there's sinners, the earth is responding as a mirror. That's why there has to be a new heaven, a new earth, and a new body, a new creature, a new body. Because you can't dwell in a sinful body. You think you can dwell in a new heaven, a new earth? With a sinful heart, with a sinful mind, can you dwell in a new heaven and new earth? No. Can you dwell in the presence of a holy God with these kind of bodies? No. When the Shekinah glory showed up, it knocked me down. If an angel showed up in front of you, you talk about power that you ain't never seen. A nuclear bomb is nothing in the presence of God. We're talking about power that's not only outside, but it's inside. It will knock you down, not only just on the outside, but on the inside. It will change your reality, your way you look at reality. If you see an angel, it's going to change your whole view of reality. If you see the Shekinah glory, you are going to learn a new language. I speak another language. And I'm not talking about tongues. I'm talking about the colors, the shapes, the symbols, the phonics. I speak another language. And everything in front of me reveals that it's all to God's glory. It's not the glory of man. It's not the painted face matrix system. No matter what kind of ism they create, communism, socialism, capitalism, they're all going to fail because it's a man-made machine. And God has told you 1,000 times in the Bible that man fails. The failure of man.